Hello and welcome to Gamer Chat Weekly for your latest gaming news, topics, and special guests. Now featured on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and GamerChatWeekly.com. Hello everybody and welcome to another week of Gamer Chat Weekly, episode 169. I'm Cameron.
I'm Fuzzy.
And today... No, Nari, you stop! I introduce you! And today, we have special guest, one of my guildmates from Admire Blake's guild, and Twitch streamer, Nari. Nari, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Mike. How are you?
I'm dying over here.
It's like, no! You don't speak yet!
You don't get to speak unless spoken to.
Oh, that's how it felt.
I promise I'm not that mean during interviews. I really am not. I'm really not. Maybe I am. I don't know. It's been so long since we've had someone that's guested on this show. I'm sorry.
As a 5-year listener, no, you're not that bad.
Okay, not that bad, which means there's room for improvement. Nari, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. A little
Awesome.
tired, but good.
Good. So, Twitch, huh? Streaming on Twitch. Twitch streamer.
Yep, I've been doing that for 3 years now. Whenever Battlefront came out on PS4.
Battlefront original or like Battlefront, not Battlefront 2, but like the EA remake of Battlefront? Like the remake of it.
The multiplayer only game, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. So,
yeah.
How did you find Twitch? Like, how did you come to discovering Twitch and then deciding, hey, I want to do the thing?
Honestly, I don't even remember. I think it was a YouTube video about people moving from YouTube to Twitch way back before all the YouTube drama started happening. It was either that or it was Counter-Strike Esports, which got me into the Twitch scene. And then I decided YouTube wasn't it because I wasn't really getting views on my videos, which I didn't post that many. And then went to Twitch, and I've enjoyed the community ever since.
Nice. So, how are you finding your time on Twitch versus when you were on YouTube? Like, big difference, like the live aspect and things like that? Because obviously back then, I don't think YouTube gaming was around, so slightly different platform.
Oh yeah, just actually being able to interact with people instead of just having them there and people asking you questions, and you have to go back and answer. You have to look back at your videos, see what you said. It's more in the moment than pre-recorded stuff.
Nice. What kind of games have you been playing on? Like you said that you came over and started playing Battlefront, but obviously things have changed and people play different games. Like, what are you finding yourself playing these days?
Mostly horror games. Dead by Daylight has been my new crack because of certain streamer in here.
DVD!
Everyone's favorite.
Oh,
Best game ever.
My first actual horror game I played was Amnesia, and ever since that I fell in love with horror games. Just the aspect of not having a lot and then having to survive and try and figure stuff out.
Did you see that a group of modders actually made a whole new Amnesia experience from the first Amnesia?
No, I did not.
I'll put. I haven't read up too much about it, but apparently a mod team came together and built a whole new narrative for the original Amnesia game, and redid all it's like a 3-hour campaign. They redid everything, all new location, all new story, narrative, voices, everything is done. It's almost like when that one team redid the original Half-Life and made Black Mesa. It was fully okayed by the developers and stuff, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it. If I could find it, I'll post a link down below, and I'll give you a personal link in the DMs to go check out, because Amnesia is one of my favorite horror games. It was one of the first ones I started playing, besides Half-Life, and so Amnesia has a special place in my heart. Though Machine for Pigs was garbage, but we were not going to talk about that.
I mean, Machine for Pigs I beat because it seemed really easy to beat, and then Amnesia I don't think I've beat it without having to use console commands to get light, so I might have to go back through it and replay it.
Oh, you replay that. You replay it the way it's meant to be played. You suffer like the rest of us suffered.
I think I got 3/4 of the way and I ran out of tinder and fuel, and I couldn't see shit.
So in the beginning, the easiest way to do it is in the beginning of the game, whore all the tinder and all the oil and everything you can, and then basically just run through all the darkness at the start, and then that way near the end of the game or mid-game to end-game, you can start to actually use those things. It's a lot easier in the beginning of the game because the learning curve kind of ramps up. But Anywho, uh, here you go on the lovely rabbit hole that we always go down on Gamer Chat where we talk about another game, and all of a sudden it's like, there we go, slippery slopes, whee!
I mean, I did also finish Soma, so I mean, we could spend hours talking about that too. But
I think Soma's one of those games that, like, if I was ever like a teacher of philosophy or something like that, that would be something I'd bring to the classroom. We're like, here's this game, here's the story, here's the ending. I need you all to like think about life now. Like,
right?
Like, I literally I had an existential crisis after playing that game and beating it, 'cause I wasn't even sure if I was real.
I mean, the ending to me, I was like, no, this can't be. Like,
yeah. I think, honestly, Soma beats out, and I'm not even going to spoil anything, but I think Soma ending beats out Infinity War's ending.
Really? I haven't seen Infinity War, so...
What? Oh, man. Get your ass to it.
Some people just aren't Marvel fans, man. It happens.
That's true.
I can't knock people for not seeing it. I mean, I've seen it 3 times, but...
2 more to go.
2 more to go. Still have to go take my fiance and take my dad. That's my last 2.
There you go.
Alright, anyway, so horror games. Horror games. I love horror games. Now, when you play horror games, do you typically have, like do you put scare alerts on? Like, do you do anything special for horror stuff? I know some people do that. I used to. Then
Not really. I haven't really looked into doing stuff like that. I get my alerts and all that up that I need, make sure everything's working, and then I just go and play like any other game.
So you have general stuff. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually quite nice for most people that have, like, just like for me, when I first started casting 7 years ago, using T-Notifier because Streamlabs wasn't a thing. I had like alerts that were so freaking basic that they could be used for anything, and then I was like, I'd make alerts for every single game, so I'd make alerts for every single game, and that got to be like so freaking insane. It was way too much.
There's a lot of time spent into making all of that, and spending too much on it in the game. Yeah.
I mean, occasionally, like, if I do, like, a crazy horror night, if I'm playing, like, a new horror game, I'll make specified, like, scream alerts and stuff, and people seem to like that, but, like, I had alerts for PUBG, I had alerts for Fortnite, I had alerts for horror games, had alerts for, like, our platformers. They were always different. Like PUBG, like, a follow was, like, Car 98K going off. A donation was, like, an Uzi just rattling or something. But, like, I enjoy when people kind of get creative with their alerts. But I also really respect people that just have, like, a very general, minimal alert system, because they can be used for everything, and they work really well. So, nothing wrong with that. Do you have anything coming up, like, soonish, any giveaways or anything that this podcast needs to know about to promote? Anything going on?
Depending on when this podcast is posted, if it's posted before 5/12, I'm doing my 12-hour stream on which is Saturday, starting 8 a.m. to going to 8 p.m. So other than that, really, I don't have much.
Hey, 12-hour stream. So wait, what? Give us the date one more time, because this does get posted. This actually gets posted tomorrow. So,
it'll be tomorrow, 5/12.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll have this thing posted in the morning. Good morning, everyone that's listening to this podcast now. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed. I hope your eggs didn't burn. I hope your coffee tastes great, even though I hate coffee. I hope for you it tastes well. So good morning, everyone. Yeah, I have to actually post this in the morning, because in the morning everything gets taken down. My whole stream's set up, my computers, desks, everything is going away tomorrow. So this is my last bit of internet for the next 4 days.
Oh wow,
sad face. So I'm enjoying my last of my internet by watching Plex. I mean, gonna let that one just go.
Yeah, let that one go. So amongst the 12-hour stream, what are you gonna be playing?
I don't know. I know I'm gonna be doing Dead by Daylight, of course. It's not gonna be all 12 hours. With how my last game went, that would irritate me if I got more people like that.
Salt just flowing through you.
Oh yeah, campers galore. Need those flashlights. Other than that, I'm not sure. I think I'll probably wing the other games. There'll probably be at least 2 other games I play.
Cool. Winging it's always good.
I mean, I might play more through Alien Isolation again.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
A lot of people, if you don't know, if you haven't followed me really or ever heard of me, my start through Twitch was Alien Isolation. That was the very first game I ever completed on Twitch, so it holds a place in my heart for it.
Alien's a great game. I mean, it's one of those games that, like, at the time, a lot of games that were coming out, and they were, you know, quote unquote horror games, but they were more like action horror games.
Yeah.
Alien Isolation was one of the first like horror games that, you know, in that year that came out that was like truly like suspenseful, because the atmosphere was just insane, and then you have this freaking omnipresent freaking alien that's just tracking you down. You have no idea where the hell it's going to be, and then you throw on my favorite mode where it can hear your microphone. So if you talk in your bedroom, the alien can hear you and track you down, and that's never fun. So
no, I wish they would have brought that feature over to the PC, but I think that's a PS4 exclusive only.
Still terrifying.
I know, it is. It's super terrifying. One of my clips on my Twitch is actually with that mode enabled, and it's one of the DLCs, and I'm in the vent, and I'll leave it at that. You guys can go watch that.
Oh, no, the vents were the worst. Especially the DLC when you play as Ripley, and you have to go through the vents to go turn on the certain...
Yep.
Whatever. And it's like guiding you through like left, right, or whatever. And all of a sudden you like turn around and there's just this thing in your face.
Yeah.
Screaming. And you're like, I shouldn't be here right now.
Right.
I am in the wrong. I suck. And that's how that goes. And then you die.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Your favorite thing about streaming?
Oh, that... There's a lot of them, but I'd have to say
I know the
top...
stacks of money are really tempting to say, but...
Yeah, right.
What stacks of money? I'm not paid to not say that, you know? But no, honestly, the community, just being able to interact with everybody, being able to bring... What's the word I want to put? Pleasure to others that can't really experience everything that we're going through game wise. So like if there's a game they can't play because they don't have the system or they just can't run it, being able to let them see that firsthand, how other people react and play to it, to me is great.
Okay. Community is always like, community is like the backbone of Twitch. Like, you know, a community basically makes or breaks a caster, and building a good community is like the most rewarding thing I think a caster can do. I mean, you look at, if you think about it, you have people that come back to your stream regularly and like support your content, watch your stuff, they subscribe to your channel, they give you biddies, and they don't have to do any of that stuff. It's always baffling to me that there's someone like out there in some other country just like waking up and going, I wonder if this person's streaming today.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that weird to think about? Like, there's people all over the world that like wake up and their first thought is, I wonder if my favorite casters are on right now.
I know when I'm streaming on Sundays, they got a guy from Russia watching me.
Yeah, just the fact that you have that impression on somebody that they want to take time out of their day to watch you play a video game that they could play, but they'd rather watch you play it.
Man. People are weird. I mean, but if you think about it though, like at the same time, like when I was a kid, I used to watch my dad play Resident Evil and Tomb Raider, so like it's no different than, you know, your friends coming over and like I literally have friends that just like watching me play video games. My fiance loves watching me play like RPGs. If I'm playing Final Fantasy 15 in the office, she's like, "Can you come out here and play it on the TV instead?" Because I stream all my consoles to my PC so I can play it in my office. When I could be playing on my 68-inch or 65-inch TV out in the living room. But I play on my little 24-inch monitors in my office because I have my stream chair. It's more comfortable. But like, she just loves watching me play video games, and then like that's people just like watching. For me, I used to love watching people draw. Like if I was in the classroom or something, I would like literally just sit there and stare at the person that was in the room that would just doodle in their notebook all day. There was something about like the sound of like the graphite hitting the paper and just like watching someone just like make art was just baffling to me. And I'm so glad they brought creative streams to Twitch because I could watch creative streams all day long. But like, I mean, I guess it's human nature. Like, you know, people since before Twitch was a thing liked watching people do things. Like, it's just, we're a very voyeuristic race. not in like a sexual. I mean, we could be in a sexual way, but like in general, like we just like watching people do things, whether it's because we can't do them ourselves or we're intrigued at how they do it versus how we do it. It's just a weird thing to think about, though. Like I have dreams about Twitch sometimes. It's like it's weird, but hey, whatever. All right, so that's the best thing about Twitch. What is your least favorite thing about Twitch? This is always the hard question. This is the
honestly that's not really a hard one. There's a couple things that really get under my skin. One is the amount of, lack of a better word, assholes on Twitch that like to troll you, fake you out, basically try and bring you down because you're succeeding. And then there's the overpopulation of games that you might like to play. Take, for example, I hate using this game, but Fortnite. Before that wasn't
Fortnite? I've never heard of this game.
Or even PUBG. Before big people, I'm not going to say his name or their names because, yeah, I'm not giving them that satisfaction. Before they came over and started playing it, not a lot of people wanted to play it. As soon as they came over from different platforms, and all of a sudden you have all these people wanting to play it, looking at it, all of this. And if you were popular, or not really popular, but if you mostly mained that game, they take away your views just because that one person is there, and you lose that following. So it's mostly, the trolls we get in the community, which is going to be everywhere, and then the overpopulation of certain games.
So oversaturation. Yeah, trolls are always bad. Like, trolls have been around forever. Trolls never gone away. Like, since the dawn of the internet, trolls have existed, which kind of sucks. I mean, but, anonymous, being able to be anonymous on the internet has really brought the worst out in people, which really blows because I feel like there's a lot of people that troll for attention, but like once you show them some love rather than like feed into what they want you to do, they kind of turn around. Like, I've actually had a couple people try trolling the channel, but like, I'm from the internet, I go on 4chan, I know the memes. So when people come into my chat and like try, saying some dumb shit, I just counter troll just as hard right back, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, this guy's pretty cool, and then like they call him, like, then it's like it ends. But then there's those other people that are just freaking, they just like their day, like they wake up wanting to fight someone. Like, there are those people that wake up and they're like, whose Cheerios can I piss in today?
Basically, yeah.
And those are the idiots that I insta-ban right away. They come out with their hands up, willing to fight.
Like, you're not going to be able to turn them around, and you're like, nope, you're gone.
Yeah, I don't deal with trolls.
I think I've seen Fuzzy have one troll, and that person, I think, got like to the point where it said he's typing and that he was banned. It was like,
yeah, I've had a few in mind once before. I generally do. I just talk to them a little bit, say, hey, if you want to be a troll, it's cool, but go somewhere else with it. And if they don't stop, okay, well, bye. Have you guys ever encountered those ones where you get like the fake donations?
I ban those people instantly. I hate
and that's where I was going, was the fake donations. They type
the fake donation one is so annoying. Like, I got one that was like 10 grand donated, and I was like, okay, that doesn't seem real. And then the guy was like, no, it's totally real. I think you're really cool. I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, if that was true, something would have popped up on my phone by now because I have PayPal linked to it. And it was like, yeah.
What baffles me is the amount of people that actually fall for fake donations. Like,
right?
I'm part of a Facebook group, and someone got a fake donation. They're like, "Oh, I got this donation, and it's really awesome, but how do I claim the money? I don't have PayPal or anything." So I'm like, "Oh boy, oh boy! If you don't have a way for people to donate, then how do you think that actually is a what?"
Yeah, there's a wall there, and you're definitely hitting it.
Question mark? All right. Well, Nari, please let us know where everyone can find you on Twitch. I've been following you for a long time. We've been friends for a while now, and it's awesome having you on this podcast and having this chance to speak and talk about certain things. And but we're gonna get into some news, so hopefully you stick around for some news. We're gonna talk about some cool things, some horror games, so you'll be definitely interested.
I'm sticking around.
But here you go. Here's your chance to shout out all your social channels, your Twitch stream, your 12-hour broadcast. That's today.
Technically.
Yeah, I mean, again, since this is posted today, of course it's twitch.tv, and then you're going to do NARIIRO. Of course, I'm sure Plague will have it down below to make it easier, because I know it's
it will be down below for you to click.
Also on Twitter, it's Wolfroms, WOLFROMS.
Also down below to click on.
I don't have a special Discord link, but that'll be on my Twitter as well as it's on my Twitch. And then my schedule, of course, is on Twitter and Discord. But other than that, yeah, that's where you guys can get a hold of me. And I do thank you again, Plague, for having me on. And like I said, I will stick around again. There's one of the games on there you're talking about that's piqued my interest.
Heck yes. Awesome.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. Let's keep this conversation moving. We got 3 games that are coming out fairly soon that I've played, that I've been waiting to come out, and one that I'm pretty interested in. So we're going to start off with the first one that I've played at PAX. I talked a little bit about it at the PAX during the PAX Mega wrap-up that we did a couple episodes ago.
Yep.
And that is Detroit Becoming Human. Fuzzy, do you want to talk about this one, or do you want to talk about Vampyre?
I can talk briefly about it, but you have more insight on it. So, I mean,
Okay.
Great news is it releases on the 18th of May, so I believe that is next week, next Friday, actually, so that's a big plus. Since it's obviously named Detroit, it's going to be set in Detroit. I guess you're trying to play as an artificial life. You get to play 3 playable characters. There are Kara, if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. Kara, Connor, and Marcus.
Connor.
Is Connor special to you?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, nice. But it's set in a future metropolis of Detroit, and that's as far as I know about it. Since you have more insight, please inform us.
All right, so the demo's been out for a little bit. You can download the demo right now. It's a free demo. Play it. It's like the demo could be anywhere from 10 minutes to half an hour, depending on how you play. But basically, it's kind of it follows the same formula as, say, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Indigo Prophecy. It's one of those games where it's very story driven, with multiple outcomes, multiple options, and you as the character gets to control how those things happen via in-game, basically quick time events and or just your general perception of the situation you're currently in. The demo has you playing as Connor. It's actually kind of cool because the person that voiced him and that did all the motion capture for him actually follows me on Twitter.
Nice.
So it was kind of cool when I left PAX and I got that follow. That was pretty sweet. But anyway, you play as Connor. Basically, he works for the government and he's a negotiator. So his job is to talk people down out of hostage situations, get information out of people in certain ways. And in the demo, you're tasked with assessing a certain situation that led to a family being killed and the daughter of the family being held hostage on a rooftop. Now, this is not spoiling anything because this literally is the moment you start the demo up, this is what you're told. So, not spoiling anything. But it's up to you as the negotiator to assess the entire situation so that when you go to talk to the perpetrator, you have the full story so that you can either sympathize with the person or you can kind of deal with these different chat interactions with the person based on what you know and what you don't know about the situation. So when I first started playing the demo at PAX, I was told right off the bat that there are 13 endings. 12 that you know about. It tells you 12 of them. And then there's a 13th hidden one.
Nice.
Which I was told how to get it, but I refused to do it because I knew the outcome. So I didn't. So the way it works is you enter the room, like you enter the house of the family that was murdered, and there's a bunch of different stuff. You start like in the daughter's room, who's the one that's kidnapped. You want to know more about the daughter. You like look through her personal belongings, you look through different memory things, and what's cool is that you play as an AI character, and the AI is equipped with a bunch of technology that allows you to kind of rewind time and piece together certain things that just looking at a situation you normally probably couldn't quite tell. Think of it like CSI when they do like the reenacting of like situations of like how someone died at the end of the show. They show you like exactly what had happened. It's kind of like that. You get like this wireframe mold of what happened, and you could like fast forward time and rewind time and kind of see what happens at certain points. So you control the memory of what happened with, you know, the pieces of information you find. So within a memory, when you're rebuilding this memory, think of it, did either one of you play The Division?
Yes.
You know how like when you get to like the things and like all of a sudden like the wireframe people pop up and you can kind of see like, you know, what had happened there?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like that, but you can reverse it and forward it, and at certain points there's going to be like a clue that pops up in that memory or in that like flashback. And then you're able to look at that clue, and then that goes into like your data bank, and you can kind of like use that piece of information now in your negotiation later.
Sweet.
So you go through all the deaths in the house. You figure out each one of them died, the clues that go behind each death, and then you make your final approach to the person that took the girl hostage, and then you start a hostage, like you start your negotiations with the person. And there are good endings where everyone lives. There's endings where everyone dies. There's endings where only certain people die. Like there's based on what you found out and based on how you ran the negotiation, the endings are very different. And each negotiation you do changes how your character plays later on, I believe. So every choice you make affects later, kind of like Until Dawn, where there's a butterfly effect. So you want to make sure, like, I'm one of those people that looks for everything. Literally look for everything.
Same.
I spent a good I was about 30 minutes in. I missed one clue, and I could have had a completely different ending had I found that one last thing.
Wow.
So it's crazy how like missing just one piece of information and not getting that text dialogue to pop up changes the whole ending. So Detroit Becoming Human, it's going to be I think it's an amazing game. I think they did a really good job with the narrative. The voice acting is top notch. The graphics are beautiful. I think it's a really cool like setting for a game using AI, and the way they use AI in the game is really interesting because when you first walk into the room to start your negotiations and stuff, the police that are actually humans that are there are actually like, they don't like you at all. Like, they don't like you being there because you're an AI. So being part of the police force, but even the police not liking you, is kind of a cool dynamic. So it's gonna be really interesting how they play that out. I'm interested to see how the other two characters play out, but it looks like it's gonna be a great game. So Fuzzy, when does that game come out again?
May 18th, so that is next Friday. Hope everyone is going to be going out and getting it. So demo is starting out as Connor. Do you know by chance if the other two start in the exact same way?
I have no idea. I only got to play the demo.
Because that would be interesting to see if like the other two characters start the same way.
And then they have different options.
Exactly, yeah.
That would be kind of interesting, yeah.
It would be interesting to like say like instead of playing as an AI character that has like all the abilities to like kind of like recreate certain memories and stuff that had happened and play those things back, but play as a human, you have to like deduce your own information based on what you see, rather than be able to actually physically see it happen. Okay, cool. It'd be like a good difference between like, you know, advanced artificial intelligence and then, you know, the human mind, and seeing how well you can you know, go through that. So.
Very true.
All right.
Moving on.
Now I know Nari knows about you know about Vampyre. Is that?
I've seen it posted like on Twitch, or not Twitch, but Steam for sale. But other than that, I don't know about it. From how it's been described, it's kind of like Bloodlines: The Last Masquerade, old ass PC game, vampire related.
It's not that old. Okay, it's actually pretty old. It's actually pretty old. You're right.
It's what, 7, 8 years old?
It's I think 7. It's about 7. It's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great game, but
If you
never played it,
any patch for it, yes.
I mean, you know, I'm also one of those weird people that like loves like really weird like out there games that like most people don't like. You know, like I like Rage, for instance. Oh, I forgot. We're gonna talk about that too. Walmart accidentally may have put
leaked
a giant leak of like a bunch of games that we may now be able to see at E3 because I'm pretty sure that's when all these are getting announced. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. God, that's great.
You know.
Yeah, make the people I work for look worse. Yeah, I know.
Sorry. So Vampyre is coming out. Was it June 5th?
June 5th. Yep. Coming to all platforms except for the Nintendo Switch.
I haven't seen a whole lot about this game. I've seen stuff on Twitter about it. I've read up some stuff about like its backdrop in the story and all that. But to me, it kind of looks like if Infamous was turned into a vampire saga. Basically, the main character struggles with using his full vampiric powers or staying somewhat human and trying to control his vampiric urges, or dipping into the dark side, literally, and literally massacring hundreds of people. Like, there's your options. But it's a pretty open world concept, set in the 20th century.
Yeah, you're going to be playing in like I want to say it was like 1918 or something like that, during the Spanish flu.
Man, I hate when I have Mexican food and I end up getting the flu. It's the worst. Start getting the taste for blood. I have a high sensitivity to light. I poop dust. It's the worst. Garlic makes my stomach hurt. All those vampire things. So I'll have a link down below. I believe a trailer dropped for it too, so I'll have that down below as well as the official website for some more story for you guys. That comes out June 5th. But the game that I'm really interested in talking about and cannot wait for, that comes out, I believe, also on the 28th? Or on the 28th is Agony.
29th.
Oh boy, 29th. Thank you.
You're
Agony is a game I have been waiting for ever since PT was canceled. Well, Silent Hills was canceled. We got PT, but basically Agony starts you off in the lowest of the lowest pits of hell. And you have to find, was the Red Goddess?
Yeah, the Red Goddess, who built helped build Hell, and you have to find her to survive the God, I can't even think right now. You got to survive Hell, find the Red Goddess, and figure out how to get out. She's the only one who knows the exit. There's a lot of nudity in the game.
Woohoo!
I watched the game trailer. Some of it looks fascinating. I'm not much of a horror gamer, but I have dabbled into it a little bit. But I'm excited for Agony, and I really want to play this game because it looks fascinating. You play one of the survivors who doesn't really have much of a memory, but you have to talk to other,
damned
demons
souls
or damned souls that are with you, and you kind of see who they were when they were in, the human world. Once you start figuring things out, from what the trailer was at least showing, but I would say you eventually find the Red Goddess and she leads you out, but who knows? Got to play the game. So excited about it. I know you two have got to be super excited since both are super strong horror players.
There's only three games. 3 games I look forward to that were horror games. One I don't get until next year, and that's Days Gone on the PS4.
Isn't that the zombie game?
Yes, with the hordes of like the freaking the freaking.
So is that actually official, or is that still?
Oh no, that's official. It was
official.
It was supposed to launch this year, but they pushed it back. So 2019, we're gonna get it. But yeah, it's official. We're gonna get it, and I'm freaking stoked. I mean, they showed it off at E3 last year, but yeah. But the other cool thing about Agony, what I really enjoyed was like the gunplay. Like there are guns in the game, you can pick them up. Everything in the game has, I think it's H.R.R. Geiger. I think that's his name. The guy that concepted Alien That style, like the ribbed, breathing rooms, like the things that make everything look like it's organic life around you. This game is very heavily inspired by his work and that kind of art style. And what I really enjoy about it, though, is the weapons. All the weapons that you get in the game or create or however you get the weapons, I don't know if there's like a weird crafting system, everything you use is actually a living organism. Like, you put live ammunition into your weapons and fire out live creatures at things. It's grotesque, but so cool how they did it. Like, you have like this ribbed, bony shotgun that shoots like these little, like, round breathing parasite things, and they blow up.
And this is going to be an Agony?
Yes.
Nice.
Like, there's gunplay. I really hope it doesn't get banned on Twitch, but the amount of nudity that I've seen so far in that game makes me feel otherwise. Like, The Witcher 3 was on the fence with Twitch for a while. Twitch considered banning Witcher 3 because of the content. I mean, shit, you had butt-ass naked sex on a unicorn.
Okay, thanks for ruining the game for me.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You have sex on a unicorn. Sorry.
It's okay.
You know, I dream about that every night. Not a spoiler. God.
It's okay.
Jeez.
I'll one day get further into it.
The only spoiler I'd give you is you actually have sex in the air while you're falling, too. Like, that's also a thing. That spoiler. Game's been out for a while. Should have played it already.
I know. I have it, but I just...
How long do you think before it gets banned on Twitch?
I give it 48 hours. I give it one idiot that downloads Agony just to stare at titties. One dude is gonna ruin it for everybody.
What I'm surprised is, has anyone already streamed like beta play to it?
There isn't any.
Probably NDA.
Yeah,
No,
there isn't any
true.
that Nope. Nothing.
No, I'm not joking.
I know nothing about the game. Anywho.
But Play gives it 48. How long do you give it, Fuzzy?
I'm going to have to agree with 48 hours. I mean, as a stranglehold as Twitch has on certain games like that, it has to be either within 48 hours, maybe even shorter. It could be 24.
This is the rundown, how it's going to work. 12 hours in, everything is fine. 13 hours, shit hits the fan, someone does something dumb, they get reported massively. And then all of a sudden, like, then it has to go through the legal department or through whatever branch of Twitch. I don't know if it's the judicial side or if it's I don't know what side that they have to go through to figure this shit out. But then, like, a document has to be drafted up, and basically the title's going to be like, Agony, too much titties. And then they're all going to sign the document. And there's going to be, like, one person that, like, signs it with, like, boobs. And then it's going to pass. And then the executives at Twitch are going to go, yes, we agree, Agony, too much titties. They sign off on it. And then it goes out to the public as a PR thing. And then IGN and Kotaku are going to have clickbait titles going, Agony, is it too much titties? And then I'm going to have to come back and make another story defending how it's not too much titties, because you can clearly never have too many titties. So,
right. Don't forget, if you haven't seen the trailer, not only is there too many titties, there's too many dongs.
See, Conan had tons of dongs. I like the dong physics. Like, shooting someone in the donger with an arrow was the best day of my life because it actually did extra damage. I'm waiting for a mod that makes it so long that they could drag it through the sand and it leaves a trail.
Oh, God. They haven't done that yet?
No, but I'm waiting for it. Conan isn't banned, and they got dongers, too, and they got vaginas. I mean, come on.
Very true.
It's not banned.
Warning list.
Huh?
Conan was on the warning list for that reason.
It was on the warning list because they crafted too detailed of a vagina, apparently. But I think people need to know what those look like, because there's a lot of people that are on Twitch that have no idea what those look like, and I think they should know. Like, I'm just saying, like...
There should be, like, an 18-plus button to view those types of
God,
games.
only if there was a platform that you can stream on that streams 18-plus games. Oh, wait, Plexstorm.
Yeah. That's kind of why I said it.
Shameless plug.
There's no shameless... How is this shameless plug? I don't own Plexstorm. I'm not sponsored by Plexstorm. That's just funny. So, like, I'm going to bring it up. You know, everyone's, like, listening, like, the fuck is Plex Storm? What is this? What is this shenanigans? And they're gonna go look at it.
Mode.
Yeah, incognito mode, quick. Well, I mean, they do give you a warning right off the bat, so it's okay. Like, if that's up to them. It says it's 18 plus content. But, like, seriously, if they ban Agony, I'm going to make my account on Plex Storm, and I'm playing that shit over there, and I'm going to have the best looking broadcast anyone has ever seen on Plex Storm. And then they're gonna partner me, and then I'll be stuck.
So to answer my own poll, I give it the day before.
The day before? Oh shit, he's going early.
Oh, you're going early access.
No, because they're probably going to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
Somebody on Twitch is going to get their hands on it. They're going to stream it, and exactly, then the whole All Plagues little spiel is going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Once again, the document...
I guess we'll find out once May 29th drops this game and the next podcast released.
Honestly, you know what? I'm not going to lie. Like, if it's on the ban list, it may be worth being banned over for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I might consider it. Just be like, it's on the ban list. But you know what? That means I'm the only one streaming it. Yay!
I'll make all the views.
And all of a sudden I'm going to get, like, one of my, like, staff moderator friends to come in and be like, Be like,
Plague will put his title as Too Many Tiddies.
Too Many Tiddies. If they don't ban it, that's still going to be my title. Actually, the title's going to be like, Not Enough Tiddies.
Right?
Yeah, because when Conan Exiles came out, didn't you say something about, what wasn't your title something about dongs?
Oh, yeah, it was Huge Donger Simulator. That was my title.
Yeah, that was the title. I laughed so hard when I was watching that.
Yep, that was my title every single day, Huge Dong Simulator. And we played we played a dude that... Actually, what was funny about the whole situation, though, was I actually made a very moderate-sized dong. I didn't make... Like, most people put the endowment slider all the way up or all the way down because the hitbox changed. So, like, you either had a huge hitbox for your dick, or you had a small hitbox because you had a micro penis. And I was like, you know what? I think a good 5 to 6 inches is pretty good. Let's make a moderate-sized penis. I spent so much time trying to figure out how to make that bitch 5 inches. Like, I couldn't quite tell because like the way the camera was put, it was at a weird angle. So I like turned my person around. I had to zoom in a little bit. I'm like, and I had to like look at myself for reference. I'm like, okay, so it cresses the balls. Like, okay, that's about 5. Let's make it a little bit 5.5. Okay, we're good. And then we continued.
Best
gotta remember
podcast,
a half inch.
hands down.
Dude, the half inch matters. I mean, I know they say size doesn't matter, but that half inch matters.
It matters. Hands
By the way,
down,
if you're not
best
18 plus,
podcast.
please be warned.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
right.
What were we talking about again? Agony? Oh, yeah, titties. So yeah, it'll probably get banned. If it doesn't get banned, I'm gonna be surprised, but it'll be like my next main game that I like play all the way through until it's completely finished. Much like I did Outlast and Outlast 2 and Alien and all that. Like, it's gonna be one of those games I go through, and then we're gonna mod the fuck out of it because you know the mod team is gonna come through and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you want Thomas the Tank Engine coming in here? Sure, here we go.
Beating people up.
Oh my god, yes. Or they'll make guns where like. They replace all of, like, the weird organism guns with, like, cats that shoot lasers. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Out their butts.
Alright. So those are the 3 games coming out. I also want to quickly discuss Death Garden. Oh boy, Death Garden. Woo! So, guy got an early copy of Death Garden for playing in the closed alpha. I was in Wave 1, which made me super happy. I ended up asking them for, like, just, like, an extra code. They ended up sending me 7.
Nice.
I gave one away yesterday, because, yeah, by the time this is posted, yesterday. I gave one away yesterday by simply asking for people to post pictures on Twitter with a shoe on their head, and the first person to send one got a code. And I was actually surprised at how fast someone was able to grab a shoe and stick it on their head. Death Garden is that popular that people will grab shoes and put them on their heads for codes.
Hey.
For those that don't know what Death Garden is a 5 vs 1 asymmetrical shooter made by Behavior Studios with the same people that made Dead by Daylight. The game is essentially if Dead by Daylight, Evolve, and Quake had a child. That's the game. 5 runners. They can't kill the hunter, but they can attack and slow the hunter. They play in third person. They have a much larger field of view. They could parkour around the entire map. The map is very, very vertical. There's a lot of verticality to the map. You can pretty much run and climb everything. And then as the hunter, you're stuck in first person point of view. You have 3 weapons to choose from, 2 of which you get to bring into the game with you. You have an assault rifle, you have a shotgun, and you have a sniper rifle. Sniper rifle is by far my favorite thing to use because they never expect the sniper rifle until they see the laser on their face, and then they're dead. The runner and the hunter both have special class they could choose, and then perks that they could choose. You could choose 2 perks per person, so the hunter gets 2 perks they get to use, the runners get 2 perks that they get to use, and that dictates how your play style is. So as a runner, you could be like a support class, and that allows you to heal and shield your fellow runners from being shot in the butt while they're running away from the hunter. You could play as what's called Torment, which is a way to fuck over the hunter by slowing them down, slowing their actions down, depleting their special ability gauge, things like that. And then, or you could play as more of like a how do I want to put it? I forgot what it's actually called, but you're kind of like a stop player. So you stop the hunter from being able to do certain things. So you could stun them by firing this arrow at their face, and then poof, they can't do anything for like a few seconds. So by having 5 runners that have different perks and different abilities, it's your job to work together to activate and turn on 2 of these 3 obelisks that are randomly put on the map. It's the hunter's job to at least just kill 3 runners. That's all he has to do. But there's a catch. The hunter simply can't just shoot the runner and then they die. The way it works is every time the hunter downs a runner, it basically fills up this execution chamber with blood. You get 3 downs. The execution chamber is then available to use. So the third person you down, you can send them to the execution chamber. This big spiky boy comes out of the ground, grabs the runner, sucks him into the earth, and then they appear in the execution chamber in the middle of the map. Then the hunter has to run to the center of the map, where the execution chamber is, and then execute the runner, which basically you sit on them, you hold down E, and then this giant spike comes out of the back of the execution chamber and just rails it through their back of their chest. Just right on through. Executed. That person's out of the game. The hunter has to do that 3 times. So they have to kill an equivalent of 9 people. However, the runners can rescue other runners out of the execution chamber. This is where playing Torment comes in, or the stun group. So basically, if the hunter is trying to execute someone and someone with the virus bolt from the Torment side perk class hits the killer or the hunter, their actions are reduced by like 75%. So like the actual act of executing the person takes forever. That gives another runner to run up, the opportunity to run up and save their boy so they can get out. So I feel it's a pretty well, I guess I can say how the runners win. Runners win by activating 2 obelisks and then getting the fuck out of the map. 3 people have to survive. 3 people need to get out, and that's all that's needed. But the catch is, once the exit gates and the exits are open, everyone is revealed, and the hunter only has to down someone for them to die.
Oh, wow.
So the runners have to haul ass. They gotta act like it's the end of days and they're running from like a tarantula swarm. Like, not just tarantulas on the ground, I mean like flying tarantulas. You know how fast I'd fucking run? I'd run really fast if there was a freaking tarantula storm behind me. I'd be like, oh hell no.
I would push people out the way.
Yeah.
I'd be packing flamethrowers and just, if anything, I got caught, I haven't done.
There's no need for a flamethrower. There's too many tarantulas that are flying. No flamethrower's gonna save you, bro. Just run. If you have a slow friend, you trip that friend and you keep going.
I got plenty of those.
Well, now you know how Plague is ever gonna survive the zombie apocalypse. He's gonna find his slowest friend, just trip him and be like, oh, bye!
I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Right?
You gotta catch me first, Fuzz. I don't follow you. Trust me, if you try tripping me and I don't go down, you fucked. I'll shoot you in the leg.
I was gonna do the same thing.
I'll just shoot your kneecap out and be like, sorry, Fuzzy.
I guess you're fucked now, aren't you?
Right? Try to trip me.
Nari will be so far ahead of us. He'd be like, nope, dude. He probably one day like woke up. He's like, "There's a tarantula swarm coming," and just starts booking it. Like he's like that. He's got like Spidey senses in all forms of the word Spidey senses. He's like, nope. Like just woke up feeling the tarantula swarm. I'm out.
Right out.
He's on the fucking like the next Greyhound bus out to like some crazy ass freaking like remote desert location where. Well, I wouldn't use a desert. I'd probably use like a. I don't know, man. They oh god, I wouldn't even use rainforest, man. There's spiders everywhere. Arctic. Go to the Arctic.
There you go.
He's taking the Greyhound bus up to like northern Canada. He's like, I'm out.
I'm going.
Call you from there. By the way, Plague, run.
Yeah, he calls me from Canada, his nice little cabin. Oh yeah, by the way, Plague, I think in like 32 hours, there's a tarantula swarm coming. I just felt it in my nuggets, so I'm just calling to warn you.
I wouldn't even tell you 32 hours. I mean, in 30 seconds, there's going to be tarantulas at your door.
No, that's it. You're gonna give me a 30-second heads up. I mean, it's better than nothing, but like that gives me time to trip Fuzzy.
I mean, I play you and your Fuzzy, trip his ass and run.
Yep.
You and your Fuzz, quick, barricade him in somewhere so he can't get out and run. Like why? Tarantula swarm. Fuck! I knew this day was gonna come. We foresaw this on the podcast 200 episodes ago, and now it's the end of days. Tarantula swarm. I see, now I need to go find an artist to commission me, like me and Fuzzy running from a tarantula swarm and me tripping Fuzzy.
Oh my god.
And me just up in the front eating popcorn or something.
Make that a good comic book series.
Oh god.
I was gonna say, like, because you said, like, you open the front eating popcorn, I was gonna say, how about you do, like, one of those comic inserts where it's like, meanwhile, in Canada.
Right.
It's like Nari watching TV, eating popcorn, like, I told them.
Right? I predicted it.
And then, like, the next panel is, like, me breaking the fourth wall, like, ripping your panel open. Like, you gave me a 30-second heads up. How long have you been here?
30 years.
How did this even start? How did this conversation even come up? How did we get to flying through
Death Garden?
Oh yeah, Death Garden. Run to the exit. Thank God, I'm so glad someone remembered this shit, because I don't. So yeah, Death Garden's an amazing game. Have a lot of fun with it. The beta goes until tomorrow. It closes tomorrow, and then it closes itself back up, and then it'll be opened up again eventually. There's only a technical test. Hopefully the next test, we get to see a little bit more of the perks, a little bit more of the class system. Maybe a different hunter would be kind of cool, because I'm really hoping they come out hunters. I'm really also excited for a new possibility of getting my Plague Hide emote in the game somehow, somewhere as a cosmetic. Like, I missed my chance with Dead by Daylight. I'm not missing my chance with Death Garden. Like, we're gonna get the AP Bush up there somehow, some way.
Oh hell yeah!
And if I don't, I'll be very sad. I'm gonna go email the devs like right now and be like, if this image is not on a character by the next beta, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, go check it out. Go look at the stuff. Sign up on the website for any of the closed betas, because I believe if you sign up on the website now, they still have the sign-ups for codes now. If you sign up, I believe the code that you get gives you access to all further codes as well. So,
yeah, I know. I just signed up while we were talking about our tarantulas.
Well, while he's on the warpath with a tarantula swarm, I might as well go sign up for Death Garden.
Right? I mean,
I was gonna talk. We talked about Code and Exiles a bit. I kind of want to talk about it more, but we have bigger news to catch up on, and we're almost near the end of our podcast here. Time has actually flown with this cast, and I do eventually need to get back to my other house and start painting again. By the way, everyone that doesn't know, I bought a house this week, and I move in this weekend, and I am literally doing this podcast from the remainder of my office. I kept my computer up specifically to do this podcast, because after this, it's all coming down, and then going to the new place, and I don't get internet till Tuesday.
Woohoo! If we do get flying tarantulas, you can blame Plague, because he killed their messenger the other day.
What?
The spider you killed in your house?
Oh,
yeah, that was the tarantula messenger.
Yeah, so yesterday I was the other day I was taking down the drop ceiling in my basement, because I didn't like the way the panels were. So I was like taking those down, because I'm gonna go buy new panels and to make it look prettier. And as I'm taking down this one panel, something caught my eye, and I got spooked real quick. I'm like, my hands go up, and almost in this thing like bolt, like, ah! I freaked the fuck out. And it's this yellow-ass spider. And I'm like, why are you here? This is my house now. I now own it. You don't belong here. You're not paying rent. And you're in my vicinity. Like, typically if a spider's, like, in the corner on the ceiling or, like, somewhere out of reach, that's fine. You do you. You keep the house centipedes away. That's cool. Kill those fuckers. Even though centipedes typically kill spiders. But you eat the little bugs and the fly, whatever. You do you.
Right.
You're fine up there. But the moment you enter my headspace, there's a problem. So yesterday I posted on Discord, which... if you want to join the Discord, down below. I posted Discord. I'm like, I found my first leggy boy in the house. I have to burn it. Everyone's
you said
oh,
house
God.
is up for sale.
I said house is up for sale. Just bought it. House is up for sale. The spider owns it now. I went back downstairs. I grabbed a part of the drop ceiling that had fallen because someone had wired like speaker wire through the entire drop ceiling. And as I was yanking the cord out, the drop ceiling started to fall too. I was like, wow, you guys were smart. So I took part of the drop ceiling and I like poked at the leggy boy. I'm like, get out of here, leggy boy, shoo. And it just drops on the ground. I'm like, uh-oh. You done goofed. You could have just moved to the ceiling, but you done goofed. You dropped down to foot level. And then I pulled an Attack on Titan, man. I just squashed that bitch. I was like, nope. You dead.
So, yeah. Plague is the reason for the flying tarantulas now.
Oh, yeah. I killed the messenger. And now they're out for blood. Specifically mine.
I would have done the exact same thing.
If that messenger doesn't return,
hey,
they know war is
all
coming.
the leggy boys on the outside of the house are perfectly fine. I have not touched them because they're fine. They're cool. Besides, the bird that I named Gary that lives in our little awning thing that we have, he eats those spiders. So, I mean, he's pretty cool too. But then I have Frank and Tank who are on the side door. They're massive spiders, but they're pretty cool. I don't mind spiders. I think spiders. I mean, I've owned tarantulas. I've had a pink-toed tarantula, and I had 2 regular tarantulas. And I like tarantulas are cool. I like spiders, but like when they're in my space, unsolicited, it's kind of like when you get an unsolicited dick pic. I mean, you just don't want them there, so you gotta get rid of it. So I get rid of them. But the last thing I want to talk about really quick is I want to talk about Walmart and their leaked store sales page because
oh god, yeah,
Lord. My goodness.
Taken down.
I mean,
I have the photo up too for the games.
I mean, good. I'm glad you have that up because I haven't gotten it up yet. There have been many mistakes throughout gaming history where GameStop or EB Games back in the day or Blockbuster have accidentally put up, promotional stuff for games that haven't been announced yet because they got things early and some person in the back just doesn't read memos.
Or PlayStation releasing demos on the store that's not supposed to be out yet.
Yeah, there's throughout the ages of video games, there's always companies that kind of just fuck up and release information they shouldn't release. My favorite one of doing that is always the people that look at URL domains and look for like sequels and stuff to be bought domain wise, and then you can kind of tell that something's coming. But Walmart probably made the biggest goof of all. Out of all the years that gaming industry has been around, I think Walmart dropped the ball from a very high height and then hit someone with it.
Yeah.
They released images of their shop with like 20 games that haven't even been announced. I think that's a bit much. I don't think it wasn't 20, but it was a really large number of games that have not been announced.
It's more than 20.
It's more than 20?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. They basically just showed the entire E3 lineup before E3 had a lineup.
It's 40 games they've released.
40 games. 40 games that Walmart just put up. And you know that shit ain't fake because that comes right from developers so they can get their marketing in place. Like,
yep.
Someone done
this was Walmart of Canada that did this.
Fucking Canada. I bet you they're really saying sorry right now. No wonder why Nari wants to go there from the Tarantula Swarm. They have early game access.
Right? Damn, he caught me.
Alright. Nari, list like the top 5 games you think were announced on there.
Oh god, okay. Division 2.
Huge.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Beautiful.
Forza Horizons 5. Gears of War 5. Rage 2, Borderlands 3, Smash Bros, of course, and Destiny Comet.
Okay.
Destiny Comet.
So right
AKA
there,
the newest, yeah.
the DLC.
It's
Okay.
kind of like what Taken King was to Destiny 1.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
gonna be the DLC that saves Destiny 2, because for some odd reason Bungie has this really weird thought where they could release a really shit base game, 2 really bad DLCs, and then come out with an expansion that should have just been in the base game in the first place. Because that's what Taken King was. Because you had Destiny 1, and then you had whatever Rise of the whatever it was, I forgot.
House
House of Wolves, and then you had The Dark
Wolves.
Below, and then we got Taken King, which
And then we got Rise of Iron, and
then,
yeah.
Yeah, but then every expansion after that, once they were like, oh yeah, the community really liked this, then they made more of that. Like, why didn't you just make that the first time with Destiny 2? Like, you finally got the story part of Destiny 2 down, but why can't you make the end game and, like, the repetitiveness like what Taken King was in the first place? Like, you knew what we wanted, and you didn't deliver. And now it's too late. I'm not going back to Destiny. Fuck that.
One reason this list makes me think it's actually legit is The Last of Us 2 was also on this list.
Well, we know for a fact that we are getting the Final Fantasy VII remake. It was just it got put on hold because they had to do they had to get the 15 done. So
No,
resources swapped.
there's a new story on 7 that 7's been scrapped for a second time.
Oh, scrapped for a second time. Was that because of Kingdom Hearts?
No, everything we've seen so far for 7, like all that one trailer we've seen, yeah, that whole thing has been scrapped. They're
really?
starting completely over again
Okay. Well,
because they're with a different team now
good.
than the originals.
Maybe the
So-
team will get it done.
Maybe.
My favorite thing though is people are like, why Rage 2? I'm like, I actually liked Rage. Like, it didn't have really a story. It didn't really have an end boss. Like, I felt like if it had an end boss and it had like a closure to the narrative, I think Rage would have been a decent game. What I really liked about Rage though was the tech behind it. Like, the Rage tech is what like went on to like make so many more games, like the Wolfenstein and Doom, like all the other games by id, like. That tech was experimental for Rage, and then it like flourished into these beautiful looking games that they put out. So like, I'm not mad. I think Rage had some pretty cool combat. You know, it had really fun, fancy gunplay, and I really liked the combat system behind it. The driving was really shitty, but I mean, so like, people are like, why Rage 2? I'm like, I mean, I wouldn't mind a Rage 2. I own Rage. Rage was fun.
But what's funny is somebody from Bethesda commented on it saying incorrect key art, wrong fonts, not all caps. So the Rage one we're not too sure about. The other ones though, more than likely.
I would be surprised. I mean, I saw that Borderlands 3 was on that list. I've been researching that like for the last few weeks because there was a leak on Reddit, and even the president behind it, who they're making it, he did a podcast saying that it is in the works, but he doesn't want to release any information because he doesn't want it to be like the first Borderlands game where they released it or released information on it and how it was going to look, and then a year later when the game actually released, it was entirely different.
Oh, that's because they released like these beautiful, realistic looking characters, and also they went to cell shading, which I think is a better move. I love the cell shading.
I love the cell. Yeah, exactly.
It made it so unique.
Beautiful game. To see, Borderlands 2 and then the pre-sequel come out, fantastic artwork.
I remember freaking interviewing the Australian devs for the pre-sequel at PAX. That was a good day for Gamer Chat Weekly.
No, I wish I was there. But no, Borderlands 3, I'm excited to hear that we might get something for E3 soon. I mean, that would be
honestly. We all
amazing.
know that they're just waiting for like Cage the Elephant to come out with a new banger to put in for the trailer. Like, that's all we're really waiting for.
I love Cage the Elephant, but I actually liked Borderlands 2's opening song. I like that one a lot more.
Yeah,
Borderlands has pretty good musical taste. They got good taste all around. I'm excited. I mean, I wonder if we're gonna have a continuation of our characters. Like, are we gonna have the characters from Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel and all them come back? Are we getting all new characters? I would honestly like to see all new characters that get to mingle with the old characters that are now established and have they're doing their own thing. I think it'd be kind of cool.
From what I've read, it's going to be in the same style as 2. They're going to be interactive still, but same style as 2. Super open world. We're looking more or less going to. I can't even think of the name now. Starts with a P. Anyways, we even might. No.
Pandora?
Not Pandora. It's a different one. It starts. It's another planet. It's a different planet that we're possibly going to be able to go to. There might be ship customization in the game. I do know that the creator tweeted out to Elon, the guy who made Tesla.
Elon Musk.
Thank you. I said it. I had his name in my head too. I just blanked out. Anyways, he has
his
a
name
flamethrower.
sounds like science.
Yeah, right. Elon Musk has a flamethrower, and the guy from Borderlands tweeted out to him saying, "We would love to have your flamethrower in the game, and you can name it." And he was like, "Deal."
Yeah. Like,
right?
Like, yeah.
Like, why would you say no? I want a personalized flamethrower in a video game.
Right?
And I get to name it? Hell yeah.
Right.
Promethea, that's it. That's the planet we're probably going to be able to see now. Promethea.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But, alright, so, with all that being said, we are, I think, overtime, like way overtime at this point.
A little bit.
A little bit. That's okay, though. We had a guest on, so everything is fine. We had a lot to talk about today. It's funny, because usually when we do these podcasts, it's like, we're like looking for information. Like, I'm looking at all my news resources that have news before they go out to like other publications, and I'm like, there's nothing here. So we're scouring, and like, we look at like IGN and Kotaku. They're like, yeah, we got movie reviews today because there's like no game news. So I'm so glad we had stuff to talk about, which is so nice. Nari, once again, thank you for being on the show. Really appreciate it. Once again, if you want to shout out your shit, now would be a good time to do so.
Oh yeah, again, like Plague said, and I said, it's all the description down below. But again, it's twitch.tv/NARIIRO, and Twitter, of course, is Wolfroms.
Awesome.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you for being on the show. It was a pleasure having you here.
Yep, thank you for having me.
Guys, go check out his stream. Wonderful caster. He also puts up a good fight in Fortnite.
Yes, he does.
What's Fortnite?
I mean, what's Fortnite?
Something that I'm going to be playing after this.
Lucky you. I'm going to go back to painting my house. Once again, thank you guys. I want to thank all the viewers that come in and listen to this and download this. I believe we're back on track. I mean, this is the third week in a row we've done an episode, so that's a good thing.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we get Angie back in here. The next episode will take place from my new studio, so I might actually sound quite different because I'm getting a lot of new shit for the studio, and it's going to sound nice. But thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you guys for being here during this weird transitional period for us. And as always, thank you for kicking ass and taking names, or as the Avengers say, kicking names and taking ass, which I think was one of the best lines in Infinity War.
Spoilers.
It's not a spoiler. But anywho, thank you guys once again. Hope to see you guys next week, talk about more crazy stuff. I'm Cameron.
I'm Fuzzy.
Gamer Chat
I'm
Week.
Nari.
And he's Nari.
And he's Nari.
I didn't tell you to talk! And he's Nari. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye!
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to Gamer Chat Weekly. For current and past episodes, make sure to visit GamerChatWeekly.com. Stop by next week for more news and gamer shenanigans. See you then!